So I got here a 2008 Kawasaki Brute Force 650, and I'm going to show you how to reset the belt light. Now the belt light could be on or it could be flashing, and right now it's flashing, which means that this bike is in limp mode. So basically it won't rev up as high as it should, and it won't go over about 8 to 10 kilometers an hour. That's all it'll do, because it's a safety mode, so that if your belt starts going and the cords start coming off the side of it, or the belt starts coming apart, it'll flip a switch in here which puts it in limp mode to protect the clutches and everything else. So this one wasn't in limp mode. The light at the start was on, just a steady on, and that means that it's kind of like a service reminder. After 100 hours you're supposed to check the belt. That's why it was on to begin with, but it ended up coming on and flashing because I had taken the cover off to check out the belt, and for some reason I unplugged this. I don't know why, because you don't really have to, but anyway I did, and I put it in limp mode. So then I had to figure out how to reset it. Now on most models it's supposed to have a gray plug-in. Sometimes it's supposed to be here, other times it's under the seat. So this is the right plug-in for the reset, but since I don't have the gray connector, which is basically just a jumper wire, all the gray connector does is connect the black and red and the yellow and black. All it does is connect the two wires. So I'm going to show you how to do that without the plug-in, and how to reset that light and get it out of limp mode. So first thing you got to do with the ignition off is disconnect this black plug. And you see on the top here the two wires are on this side of the connector, and you see the two pins there that line up with those wires. You got to connect those two. So what I did was I just used this little alligator clip, and I just went across the two terminals just like that, and connect the two of them. Just make sure they're not touching the other ones in the plug-in, because I don't know what would happen. Anyway, so now you can see, after I turn the ignition on, the belt light is flashing fast. So that means that step worked. Now we're going to come down here to the clutch cover, and you're going to find a 2-wire plug that runs to this black box right here, which is the switch. So we're going to take that wire and unplug it. Now look at your light. The light is flashing really slow. And you have to let this flash and let that wire be unplugged for at least 5 seconds. It can be more, doesn't matter, but it's at least 5 seconds. I think we're good. So now, turn the ignition back off again. We're going to disconnect this little alligator clip. Plug this back in. Come down here to the 2-wire plug. And plug it back in. I'll turn the key on and see what happens. There you go, the belt light's out, not flashing anymore. All seems good there. All good. We're now out of limp mode.